Let's now focus for a moment here on the Browns. This is a team that, Foxy, we've been talking about them since the summer. It really all comes down to tonight. If they lose tonight, it is hopelessly over.
Yeah, and I think that they do lose tonight. I think that defense that the Steelers have is outstanding. In the red zone offense for the Browns, they've gotten better on turning the ball over. They've gotten better on penalties, but their red zone offense is 28th in success rate of their plays in the red zone, and that's going to be a problem. You're going to need to score some touchdowns. You can't get away with just field goals, and I think this team is bad because it's poorly coached.
What do you think, Acho? Any faith in that?
Nah, it's over for the Browns. It's a little too late. I think we'll see them build towards the end of the season. But, Greeny, you make your strides in the National Football League in the offseason. You make your strides during OTAs, during minicamp. You don't make your strides in the middle of a week, in the middle of game months. That's not where you make your strides. They accumulated too many losses early on.
Schefter, if it does come to a hopeless end tonight, and I don't necessarily mean what happens this week, but in the long run, the fallout, there's been a lot of criticism on this set, among other places, of Freddie Kitchens. Does it feel like a change there would be inevitable?
Did you see the stat that Trey Wingo reminded me of this morning, where basically the Browns have a history of losing to the Steelers and firing their head coach?
That's right.
Now, I'm not telling you that's happening tonight, but I am telling you.
Are you telling me it's not happening?
Well, I mean, they got the Steelers, then they have the Dolphins, then they have the Steelers again. So if it doesn't happen tonight, maybe we have it in a couple weeks.
Let me give you the exact information that our friend Trey trotted out. And I bring up all the pressure that has been on Freddie Kitchens this season. But as he pointed out this year, or this morning, history says tonight may be problematic for Freddie Kitchens. Cleveland hosts Pittsburgh tonight. The last 6 Browns coaches have all been fired after a Steelers game. Hugh Jackson, Mike Pettin, Rob Chudzinski, Pat Shermer, Eric Mangini, Romeo Crennel. They lose to Pittsburgh, they get fired. I'm just saying, this team has a history of doing that. Yeah. So Freddie Kitchens is challenging them if he doesn't come through with a victory tonight to keep Cleveland's season alive.
That's amazing. There were guys in that list I had forgotten had even coached there. Meanwhile, I want you to hear what Baker Mayfield had to say this week about the home field advantage and the home crowd, and then we'll react. Let's hear it.
We're on offense. We needed to be quiet. It might have ruffled some feathers. Once again, that's okay. But when we're on offense in a critical down, we need to be able to have silence in our home stadium. It's got to be an advantage for us. And then when they get the ball, it's got to be really loud. It's just, the basis of football.
What? I mean, was someone asking him like remedial football questions? Like, I don't even understand. What is that?
Literally, that was the first thing that I thought of. Like, okay, did somebody ask him a question related to that? Or he just all of a sudden out of the blue just starts speaking like, crowd, be quiet, y'all need to shut up. Like, that's the one thing about Baker Mayfield. I can appreciate he will say what's on his mind. Yeah. But the fact that when you're not like a good team, it's just like, really?
Think of the irony, though. Think of the irony here, though. The whole world has been, except for Neek, has been begging for Baker to stop talking. And now Baker is begging for his own fan base to stop talking when he's on offense. It's hilarious.
No, it makes sense, though. I mean, none of what he said is wrong. And if the fans aren't making noise, maybe he's not the one that needs to tell them. But they're not used to being a part of a franchise that has expectations. And maybe the stadium is not used to being sold out.
Hold on.
Be quiet when the
I have to stop you. Are we suggesting that we think the problem in Cleveland, if we're going to list the 100 biggest problems in Cleveland, who have fired 7 coaches, as Schefter just said, in the last 15 minutes, that the problem has been crowd noise from the dog pound?
Obviously, that must be the issue. Who knew that the dog pound was an uneducated fan base?
No, I mean, obviously that's not the problem, but when you are living on a knife's edge like they are, you want everything perfect. Don't do anything that's going to make it any harder for Baker Mayfield. So shut up and let him figure this out.
Are you talking about all of this comes down to the fact that the Browns stink. Okay? They stink. And every little soundbite from Baker Mayfield, it draws this type of reaction.
All right. So that's where it'll start tonight in Cleveland. We'll see how loud the crowd is on the offensive possessions for the home team and what is a certainty. I opened up the show this morning by saying it's a playoff game. It's the first playoff game of the season. Winner has a chance. Loser is done.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.